Hey, you guys, I know you guys can hear me. I'm waiting on lunch to come. I don't really feel like cooking today. I ordered me and my kids something to eat today. But I wanted to get on here to let you guys know that this is your reminder. This is your reminder that nothing has changed with the men's. Nothing has changed with the men, you guys. They're still doing what they're doing. They're still looking for women to take care of them and, support them in the patriarchal system and go 50-50 with them and rub their feet and serve them and all this stuff here. And these men don't understand that women are tired. We're tired men. We're tired of being your chef, your nanny. We're tired of being your housekeeper. We're tired of being your wife. We don't want to be your wife. We're not going to give you any kids. Okay? We're tired of being your secretary. We're just tired of these roles that you men keep pinning on us, thinking that this is what we're supposed to do by serving you under the system. Now the men's are coming for the cats, ladies. They don't understand that they have been replaced by cats, dogs, and plants. And I've chosen my career and I've chosen my cat over dealing with you men because you are a headache. Most of you are a burden for women. You don't actually come into women's life and make women's lives better. You don't, man. You just come in and you just keep taking and taking and taking and taking and taking. And you don't benefit anything. And if I gotta do everything by myself, what the hell do I need you for? I'm not about to chase you. I'm not about to treat you like a pillow princess. I'm not cooking for you. I'm not cleaning for you. I'm not giving you whoopee when you want it. I'm not dealing with you men at all, period. And this is what women are saying then. We're retiring, we're opting out, you're on your own and getting your needs met. The end. And if you are married to a man and your man takes care of you and caters to you and cooks for you and does not mind cleaning, does not mind pouring into you, then I'm not talking about your man and I'm not talking about you per se. Because what I'm seeing a lot of women say, well, not my man. My man would never do those things you're talking about. Unfortunately, not every woman is going to get that experience. And I've said that numerous of times. And it's not even about the environment. It's not even about choosing better. This is what's out here in the dating pool. There's just simply not enough good men out here. That's it. There are some women online saying that they're tired of being independent. And unfortunately, those ladies are never going to find a man who's going to come in and make their life easier. No. Most women are just not going to find that. And all of you men will, you could just go 50-50 with us. And nobody's gonna make that easy for you men, because that's the thing. You men want women to make it easy for you under a system that you have created and you have benefited from, and the same system that has told you that you are supposed to be a provider. So if a woman has to go 50-50 with you, why does she need to be with you, sir? She's still better off being single. And this is what you men are asking women to do. You're asking women to make it easy for you in a system that you have created and have benefited from. And the same system has told you that you are a provider, but yet you're not playing the role of a provider. None of you are providers. None of you are actually providers. You're not men. You're just little bitty boys in men bodies. You have not matured into masculinity to be out here dating women. And I'm telling the ladies, leave these men of today alone, because the likelihood of you finding a man who's going to step in and take care of you and provide for you, your chances of finding that is my chances of winning the lottery. Some of you are going to have to accept that you're going to be single indefinitely. And I am in no way telling any of you to ever settle just to say that you have a man. Because if you are thinking about just going 50-50 with a man, go get a roommate. Yeah, go get a roommate. Yeah, just get a roommate if you're thinking about going 50-50 with a man. Because every time you get in a relationship with that man and you're going 50-50 with him, that's all you're going to get out of the relationship. And you know what? It's quite disrespectful when men expect women to go 50-50 with them, and you're in the same house. If I got to go 50-50 with you as a man, I'm just going to get a roommate and replace you with a roommate. And the reason why I'm saying this is this woman is out here paying her bills, taking care of the kids that they've had with you, and they're buying food and they can self-sufficient and take care of themselves. They really don't need you. They really don't need you in their home and in their life. If that woman has to do everything by herself and you have the audacity to tell her, well, we're going to go 50-50, she doesn't need you. She's just dealing with you because either that woman is lonely or she's just desperate to have a man. And maybe you're just there to give her a little bit of temporary relief. Because that could be another option. That woman is paying the majority of the bills and then she goes 50-50 with you. It's just a little bit of temporary relief for her. But eventually that relationship is going to grow apart because she's going to always expect you to be the man and always expect you to lead. And if you're going 50-50 with a woman, you do realize you can't be called a provider and you'll never be respected by that woman. Because she's going to see you lesser than her. She's going to see you as a lesser equal than her if she has to go 50-50 with you. And that's what I'm telling the ladies. If you meet a man and he tells you we're going to go 50-50, just tell him don't worry about it. And just get you a roommate. Because if you're used to paying all of your bills by yourself and taking care of your kids and doing everything by yourself, and then you have a man comes in and says, well, then let's just go 50-50. What are you really winning here? You're not really winning anything. That man is just telling you that he can't take care of you and he's broke. And you're just better off by yourself if you have to go 50-50 with a man. I don't expect anything from these men of today, you guys. Because most of these men of today are not men. I've been learned that a long time ago. They're not men. They're too sassy for me. They're too emotional for me. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to treat women. And women like me who have sat back and watched these men for decades, we already know what time it is with these men. And I know a lot of you may be hanging on to the fact that there are still good men out there. Honey, like I told you, your chances of finding a good man is my chances of winning the lottery. And how many men do you have to go through to find this so-called good man? How many men do you have to go through, honey? How many dates do you have to keep getting dressed up to find a good man? How much money do you have to blow on outfits and shoes and makeup and all that to get dolled up for a man who's just going to waste your time? But before you waste your time with this man and you're planning on getting out here dating, ask this man who he voted for. And see, that will save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money. Because if this man voted for Donald Trump, there's no need to waste your time with this man unless you support what Donald Trump is doing. And you voted for this current administration. Outside of that, how many dates do you ladies have to go through? How many men do you have to keep meeting to find this so-called good man? How many dating apps do you have to get on to find this so-called good man? How many dates? How many dating apps, ladies? How many times do you have to keep hearing these men say, I'm a good guy, I'm a good man, only to find out, sir, you're no different than the last man she just got rid of? Well, then maybe you should just choose better. And then when women are not choosing you men, you're upset because you're not being picked by the women that don't want you. Ladies, save the headache. Save the heartache. Your chances of finding a good man is slim to none. It's just, and somebody's got to tell y'all the truth. It's never going to happen for a lot of us. Accept it. Accept it. Accept that these men are ruined out here. They've allowed corn, red pill, and all of this rhetoric ruin their minds to the point where they're not even desirable for most of us. Many of you men are just not desirable for a lot of us. You're just not. You're a bunch of horn dogs. You have become unhinged, and women don't want you. That's the truth, men. This is why women like me are opting out, and we have opted out of dating. We don't want any of you. I personally, I told you guys that there's just way too many men here, and when you have too many men here, it becomes a problem because then these men don't have women that want them. You know what I'm saying? And these, I don't know who told you, average men, that you were the shit. You guys have just convinced yourself that by you being an average man, every woman should want you. No, you're coming with too many problems, sir. What I found is average is just way below the belt. It's the bar. Look, we have lowered the bar so far in hell for you men, you still can't even rise to the bar that's in hell. Average to me is broke, can't do shit for me, can't perform well in anything that he does. That's what I see when an average man approaches me. There's just absolutely nothing you can do for a woman like myself. But yet you men keep chasing women who are not average. I'm not your typical average black woman. I'm not. An average woman is a woman who's working, I don't know, a mediocre job, not college educated. You know what I'm saying? Really isn't elevating herself. You know, and I'm not here to put down average women. You know, they don't follow traditional standards. They don't have any traditional core values. They would be deemed to be modern women. I'm not a modern woman. Okay, I'm not. I played the role of the trad wife. I played the role of the traditional woman. I actually still carry those traditional core values. No, I'm not an average woman. I'm not your average woman. I think I'm pretty well off educated, pretty well off financially. Um, yeah, I'm just I don't like calling myself high value. Um, you know, but men would say, "Oh, you were plain Jane," and I've often had men tell me that you're just a plain Jane, you're boring. Hey, I'd rather just be a plain Jane and be boring than to get out here and deal with one of you who can't do anything for me. Even outside of my ex-husband, I've managed to create my own reality even without him. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not your average woman. High value women are women who have businesses, who are in shape, who are taking care of themselves, they're eating healthy. They're on a whole different type of frequency. And I believe that these particular women who are of this subcategory are women who are in the 4B movement. These are very high conscious types of women. Okay, our mental is totally different than modern women. Um, I'm telling the ladies here, and most of these women here, most of the women who follow me, men, they're celibate, they're virgins. They're not out here, dealing with you men like that out here. You know, they're just a different type of woman. They're just a different breed of women, okay? And these women are more career oriented, they're more college focused, they're more career driven. This is how you know that you're dealing with a high value woman who's of that cloak. We dress a certain type of way, we carry ourselves a different type of way, but yet you average men keep pursuing women like myself. Do not pursue me, sir. Just do not. There's just absolutely nothing that you will be able to do for me other than give me eggplant in bed and I can send you home. Outside of that, no. And most of us are celibate. We're not out here sleeping around. We just carry ourselves a certain type of way in civilization. Do not pursue us. Please go away. Go away. Go find women who are on your level and stick to those women who don't mind dealing with your low tier crap. At the end of the day, ladies, just keep your legs closed. Keep it. Keep your legs closed. Keep these men out of your house. They're just not going to do anything for you, honey. But they have convinced themselves that being average is the only thing that they can do and be. Average cannot work. Average just cannot work for women like me, man. It just cannot work. It just can't. And I've met average men and it just did not work. Because when it came to certain things that I expect men to do, it failed. And a lot of you men, you're failing in a lot of areas, and women are just not we're just not gonna put up with that. The bar can't get any lower in hell, ladies. I mean, you guys have literally lowered the bar so far in hell for these men. They still can't even reach it. And that's crazy. That is crazy work. That even when you lower your standards for these men, they still can't even meet it. They can't even outperform the standards that you have. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about unrealistic standards. I have realistic standards, and yeah, my standards may be a little bit high, but it is a defense mechanism because I see what's going on out here. And I have lowered my standards for men in the past just a little bit, and they still couldn't fucking reach that. So there's something wrong with you men, to where you cannot elevate yourself where women are at to even connect with women on these certain types of levels. And unfortunately, I'm telling women not to settle. Do not lower your standards. And if these men can't reach the bar, let them go. But for the rest of you out here, you're better off single. Once you get to the place of where I'm at, where you've been single a very, 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 very long time, and you're realizing that these men just are not shit, it will become so easy for you to just be single. Yeah. These men have made it so easy for women to just be single because when you keep having disappointing experiences time after time after time with these men, you realize you're just better off by yourself. That, no man will ever be able to match your energy. And unfortunately, these men are not matching the energy of women. And I know married men come across my channel and they listen to this because they're married to women. Well, you men are not hurting my feelings. Oh, you're just gonna die alone. Oh, that's why you'll have a man. At some point in time, I all I hear when you men talk is blah 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 blah. Just like that episode with Charlie Brown, it's all low vibrational energy for me. I'm not the type of woman who's gonna settle for you men. Sorry. All of this low tier crap that you men are doing, you gotta go to somebody else. You gotta go entertain some other woman with that opening legs and having sex with you. I have sex with you when I feel like it, okay? And I'm not just gonna give you what you want because you want it. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. I mean, the bar is literally in hell for these men, ladies. They still can't reach it, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And the more that I sit here, the more it's very evident that yes, some of you will be single indefinitely. Accept it, accept it right now. So there's no disappointments. You already got your life figured out. And in the event you don't meet a man, you just got it all figured out and you're secured in yourself, meaning you're secure. You have things set up. You have your home, you have your finances flowing. Set that system up in case you don't need a man who can come in and say, let me take over, let me take care of you. Because, honey, if you sit around and you wait on that, it's never going to happen for you. Hell, I'm even convinced or contented to tell you ladies to get into lavender marriages. At least you'll deal with a man who actually likes you and not hates you and is not full of misnomer. Let's be honest. Democratic men, liberal men who voted for Kamala were part of the LGBT community. So now we're getting somewhere here. Maybe we're looking at the wrong sets of men. Maybe you guys need to look at lavender marriages. And I've talked about that on here. Have I considered a lavender marriage? Yeah. At least one thing is for sure, you won't have a man who hates you. And most of the men who voted for Kamala Harris, they were Democratic and liberal. Even though they have a more feminine side of them, they care about women because those are the only types of men right now sitting online advocating for women right now. It's not the cis straight men doing that, ladies. Are we looking at the wrong sets of men here? Have I considered a lavender marriage? Yeah. Yeah, I have. And if I really want to get out here and deal with the man, it would probably be with the lavender. It would probably be in a lavender marriage. Sometimes the look, Sometimes to find what you're looking for, you might have to step outside of your comfort zone a little bit and do what you don't really want to do. And it may be uncomfortable, but it may give you the results that you're looking for. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like for me, my objective was to be here in my hometown, but it's not looking like that. Sometimes you have to step outside of your comfort zone to find what it is that you're looking for. And sometimes it may be the best decision for you because you're doing the same thing, expecting a different result is not going to give it to you. It's not going to give you what you're looking for. And I told y'all the only men who actually care about women are gay and bisexual men and down low men. Yeah, there's going to be some consequences to that, some risks to that if these men are still sleeping with men. But one thing is for sure, you'll have a best friend. You'll have somebody who legitimately cares about you. Because I tell you, these cis straight men don't care about women. They're too much full of monogamy. They're full of misnomer. They're full of sexism. And even though these gay men are men, they have tapped into their feminine side of themselves, and they understand women better than cis straight men have. I have a gay best friend, and he has never come on to me in any kind of way provocative. Hell, he was the one who picked out my prom dress and shoes and everything. And I love him for doing that. And we are still best friends to this day. And he's never come on to me ever. Now that wouldn't work with the straight man, but the gay man, yeah, it's worked with the gay man. But I cannot be friends with straight men. Gay men, yeah. Down low men, yeah. Bisexual men, yeah. Have you ladies considered dating a bisexual man? I'm telling you, you might have to be a little bit open here, ladies. You might have to expand out just a little bit if you want to. Because let's be honest, some of the men that you're laying up with who are proclaiming to be straight are really closet gay. So some of your men are gay. Fuck, if you're going to date a man and he's gay, might as well just go ahead and date a man that's on out and open about it. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. At least you won't get your heart broken in the process. Fucking, if we're gonna take it a step further, just go ahead and date a woman. Boom. There you go. Go ahead. Some of y'all are looking for Mr. Right when you should be looking for Mrs. Right. This is for the ladies who still want to get out here and date and deal with men. Now, if you're like me and you just don't care about it, hey, you're covered financially. You're covered, in your own home. You have nothing to worry about. You're covered. And I know the men are not going to like this, but I don't care. Some of you men are just not good people. Some of you are just not good people for women to, be around and to deal with. Some of you are just not good people. And that's the reality. Women are just better. They're just better off single, and that's the point I'm trying to make. But you guys, I just wanted to get on here. Also let you guys know that I'm going to be busy over the next week or two. It's moving time. So I will be moving within the next week or two. So I'm not going to be on my channel this week here coming up. and definitely not next week. I'm probably going to be closing my practice down for the next 3 to 4 days, not the whole week. Um, I'll probably end up closing it that Tuesday, the week of the, I don't have my calendar in front of me. Whenever the week of the 17th is, I'm probably going to be closing it that Tuesday or that Wednesday. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'll probably be closing it that Tuesday. I'll stay open that Monday to get intakes, but then I will resume with my clients the next following week, which is the last week in October. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. But yeah, some of you ladies are gonna have to make some decisions here pertaining to dealing with these men of today, because it's just it's getting a mess out here dating, and the men are not well. The men are not actually being men. They're not taking care of women right. It's just a mess out. It's just a mess out here. So yeah, you ladies have a good Sunday. I wasn't trying to be on here long. Somebody's got to be real with you ladies. You don't want to give up your freedom. You don't want to give up your independence or anything. Be single. And just understand that the chances of you meeting a man who's gonna be a provider and take care of you, it's not gonna be easy. The men of yesteryears and versus the men of today, totally different breed of men. So you're just not gonna get that in this day and time. You're just not gonna get it. Maybe 10 to 15 years ago, yeah. But at today, in this particular era, no. You're not gonna get it. You ladies have a good day. Be safe, and I will see you guys soon in my new home. In peace.